Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike and Diana, host of the 1NELife podcast, believe that most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike and Diana want you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The 1NELife podcast unites the world through art, fashion, music, and film. It inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities and creates an equal playing field for all. On the 1NELife podcast, they cover topics like building relationships, overcoming adversity, habits of healthy people, and much, much more. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the 1NELife podcast to your playlist. That's the number 1NELife. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the 1NELife podcast. I am Mike, MIC Reed, and as always, I got my lovely co-host Diana Gotti from the AV Wellbeing Coalition in the building. Was doing it the Gotti way.
Mike always. What up, y'all?
Ooh,
I got my regular voice back. Hello.
What's up with you? How you doing? You know, you did that whole meditation thing today, so you kind of relaxed. Even though you was busy, do you feel relaxed?
I do. I actually was sitting there, and I told my husband, let's see how many sounds we can like just hear. You know, so it was really peaceful.
How long did you guys?
We were there for like about an hour.
No. How long did you meditate?
Oh, a few minutes. There were still like people around, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It's hard to stay quiet for a few minutes.
It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, once you get into a rhythm of it and used to it, like, you know, it's easy for me to do 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
But look how long it took you to do 10
No,
minutes.
it took me a while, yeah.
Yeah. No, we visit the Shrine Lake this morning. It's by the Palisades. And it has like just all the different types of religion, and there's like a lake, and it was just so beautiful because there was literally people sitting in chairs, just in deep meditation. And then there's like an old windmill that you can go into, and it's all just meditation. People just literally still, quiet, and not doing anything. And I was like, oh my God, this is so peaceful. Yeah, really nice. Yeah,
we got to try that.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like for me, I gotta focus.
Yeah.
I start thinking too much.
Yeah, it was so dope though, and the different plants, and it was just so moist, and it was raining, so the day just cleared up, and it was really nice in Santa Monica. Didn't really want to come back.
Well, yeah, it was
Back
really
to
nice
reality.
out there, you know. Anyway, so we got our special guest in the building with us today, Brenda Hernandez from Pretty Little Poppy Marketplace with us, and her husband Nestor from Retro Kings. How y'all doing today? Cinco de Mayo?
Good. Cinco de Mayo.
Brenda's already started.
He did. I did. He hasn't. I've been at work all day. I'm tired. Yesterday was long. Tomorrow's going to be even longer. So I'm celebrating my culture.
That's what's up. So today is kind of special. I guess
Big day.
It is special. I'm actually going to give myself grace because I know I've been told I have to give myself grace all the time, but it's never about me. But today is actually the official 1 year mark of the podcast.
Hey.
I'm actually excited about it. I actually did it because I, for a minute there in the beginning, because I know how hard it is to do a show consistently, and I was like, wow. But I did say I'm going to give myself a year and then reevaluate it and see where I'm at. So I'm actually pleased that I actually made it through it. So I'm happy about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then so today we're also doing a special episode with Pretty Little Poppy. We're going to call it the Pretty Little Poppy series. Because, like I said, it's never about me. It's all about the community, and we're definitely going to showcase. I love showcasing, you know, small businesses or thriving businesses, I should say, and you know, people in the community. And today we're going to highlight 5 people from your vendors from your spot.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that.
Yes. We knew that there was a lot of them that we wanted to showcase. We weren't sure how. So last time we were here, you guys had an amazing idea to be able to bring them in here to be able to let them have their story.
No.
So I thank you guys so much for the opportunity to be able to give them a platform. So.
Absolutely. And Saturday I was actually in your store and actually was talking to Charlene. You was in a meeting. And I love the fact that you started playing your videos on the screen because it does give them more exposure. And now even with this content, you could use this and have them, you know, give them even more exposure.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Anytime. You know.
Right when I went in there, I found out that you can just log on to your YouTube.
Yeah.
And it was a while back that you were like, you need to play these videos on the store. And I sent you a picture right when I had it up. And I'm like, check it out. It's pretty cool.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
So they play there all day long now.
Yeah.
and as they should. So when people come in, they, you know, because they don't know, you know, your vendors, because all your vendors aren't there all the time.
Yes.
So now they have something, they see it on the screen, like, oh, you know, you never know. They might say, hey, where's that stuff?
Yes.
You know, just,
That's
and
true.
they, plus
Who
they get the
makes that?
backstory of it, you know, and they go home and they can log into it, you know.
I know. Well, I'm actually noticing your shirt. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's on the right-hand side?
So last time
Oh,
I
yeah.
was here, I was saying that we had a special announcement to make for our 1 year, and we have been blessed by being honored 2023 AV Press Best Gift Store.
Wow, congrats.
Yay.
Hey, if it wasn't for these vendors, that's one thing. I can't do this by myself, and I
Right.
can't take the shine, and I can't take the glory. If it wasn't for these 90 vendors, then Pretty Little Poppy wouldn't exist. So I made sure that they knew it's because of them that we were able to receive this award. So
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I love the
the poppies.
Yeah,
That was
and
about a
the
2-hour
and the
drive.
bottle popping, right?
Yes, I was about a 2-hour drive. If you guys know me, you guys know me. I don't mind having a beer while I'm working. I like the vendors to relax. I like the vendors to have a good time. You know, get to know each other, and for me, it's my home. So the same way that I would invite you into my home and say, "Here you go, you want a beer?" I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know, so
No, that was a
but
lot
it's
of.
balance.
I like that. I like the fact that you guys are celebrating, and Nestor putting a crown on his queen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
that was my
That's
idea
what's
too.
up.
Told you out there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Straight up.
I like that. I like how you're able to complement each other, you know, and be supportive of each other and your vision, your dreams, your effort. I love it.
No,
Yeah, we just
absolutely.
bring different ideas to the table.
Yeah.
You know, I bring some, she brings some, and then we put them together.
Yeah.
So, you know, I actually have a question. I normally just don't have questions. I don't just let the conversation flow, but I actually do have a question because you've been having jokes like the last couple of shows.
You guys are making me hot in here today.
No, but like I know I'm gonna ask like, what's your secret? But I know it's not a secret. Like, so what's your strategy? Because you guys both run successful businesses, right? And you guys have a successful family, so to speak, a beautiful family. Like, what's you guys' strategy on how you guys keep everything together? And because also it takes a lot to run a business,
Right.
right? But it seems like you guys, you know, figured it out. So what works for you guys?
I think it's a lot of years back to be able to be here now.
Right.
So, you know, we've made a lot of mistakes in the past, but now we're here. So now we're taking those mistakes and actually turning them into positives.
Right.
You know, so so when it was time for her to open her store, I gave her a lot of input on what not to do, what to do. And I said, you go ahead and run with it. I'm just going to tell you what I've been through. And yeah, she's dealt with some of them too, you know.
Right.
But it just is, you know, it comes down to the time that we put into it, basically. You know?
Okay.
And even then, I'll be honest with you, we don't have it all together. You know, there's weeks and days that are hard. There's days where I went home crying. There's days where he's, you know, frustrated. There's days where, you know, it's not easy to run 4 businesses. We run 4. I run mine. He runs his. My son runs his. My daughter runs hers. You know, and we do have that time where I can go to him. And he did. He gave me amazing advice when I first started. But as the amazing wife that I am, I didn't listen.
Hey.
I didn't, though. I didn't listen because I'm the kind of person where I need to go through it to
Right.
be able to truly understand it. You know, so then finally when I did go through it, I was able to go back to him and be like, oh, that one thing that you told me, I kind of didn't listen. You know, and then you just sit there and you talk and you figure it out and you know, it's not easy. It's very hard.
Right.
It's very hard.
And nobody really has it all together, right? Like, but I think you guys figured out like a base blueprint.
I think
it's
we're in a good
balance,
place.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like when to work, when not to work, when it's family time, when it's go time, you know, and we understand when it's go time, it's go time.
Right.
You know, whether it's, you know, my son dropping his collection, our daughter, you know, doing her flowers for prom or Mother's Day, like it's her go time. Like we can't take that away from her.
Right.
Or her, you know, it's just we each understand when it's go time, and then that's when we have to do it.
Right.
And it's, right now my kids are working the store, because they know the person that I have is here. So you just have to help each other out where you can.
I love that though.
It's
I mean,
pretty amazing.
that's a big responsibility for them, but they're learning at the same time. And I'm pretty sure they've been around you guys long enough that they picked up little tricks and trades.
Oh yeah, daily. They're doing that daily.
Right.
It's
But it's good though,
It's nice.
because by the time they get old enough, how are your kids?
My daughter's going to be 18 already, so
Right.
she's graduating next week, Paraclete. She's got offered to 5 colleges. She decided that she really wants to take her business full time. She's still going to school though. She's going to go to school. She's going to be able to really work the store, use the store to her advantage, to be able to have a location for her business. And then my son's doing the same thing with him. So
Right, that's what I'm
keep them
saying.
busy.
So in the next few years, let's say 5 years, like when they have their own, like they're going to take this as a learning experience, and
Oh,
like
for sure.
really they're going to be okay. Even though they're still going to go through their trials and tribulations and all that, but they have a base, like
Teach 'em to fish.
solid foundation to start from.
I think that was our biggest thing is we're not always going to be there for them.
Right.
And I know when I went through my health issues the last couple of years, I think that's what opened my eyes up, that I'm not always going to be here for them. And the only thing that I can do is teach them what I could teach them now as a mom, now as a business owner. When I say teach the kids to fish, teach them to fish,
Right.
so that when they're out on their own, they're able to survive the same way that he taught me to fish, and it doesn't just start as a child. You can be an adult and learn how to fish, but it just takes that person that's willing to kind of just take you under their wing and help you. And I know he did that for me, and he does that for our kids. And now he has a partner that's able to help them out. And, you just kind of go with it. And it's not easy.
Right.
There's days where it's very hard. I think this was probably one of the hardest years of our marriage, to be honest with you, because now there's so much happening, so much going on, that you kind of do put stuff on the back burner, and it is balance. And last time I was here, balance is the hardest thing you have to do, So I do believe that we're in a good place now, and I do believe that, a lot of lessons have been taught and learned, and now it's go time.
How great is it that he was actually next door?
Oh,
It's a gift and a curse.
Right.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm getting hot, you guys. This interview is probably the roughest one I've had. I need a tissue. It is.
I mean,
Pros and
I
cons.
like the fact that she's retail, so when I come in, anything can happen in retail. So
Right.
I'm right next door.
Exactly.
So anything, and it's also cool if she's got questions or I have questions or we're collaborating. Whatever it is, it's real easy to be able to do all that. And then the curse, I mean, sometimes I just want to be alone.
Right.
And there she is.
Right.
So, but she knows too. Like when I need to be alone, like she leaves me alone.
God gave us a hallway for a reason.
Right.
You got to go through 4 doors to get there. If you're going through that door, you look and they're glass. So if you go through the other door, you know that. He knows I'm coming.
No, I think it's a great thing because, like you said, you're there, to support both of you guys to support each other. Even though there's a hallway between you guys are there to support each other, and I think that's a great thing. Because if you was like across, like in Palmdale, it'd be harder, right?
Yeah, because too, like, let's go grab a bite or let's get a drink real quick. It's easy.
It's easy. Yeah.
Where if I was in Palmdale,
couldn't do that.
I can't do it.
Right.
We're still able to have dinners. It might be at happy hours, but we can
No,
still
but that's
have
great
dinners.
because a lot, like you said, a lot of couples they work so far. Some commute way to LA and they can't do that. So I mean, that's the great thing about it.
Last week, for the first time, he was like, hey, I have about 100 shirts I need folded. And me and Blinky and Charlene, we get all excited. We're like, it's game time. We got invited by the Retro Kings to go help fold some stuff. And we did. We cranked them out. But, that was an honor for me because, for my husband to ask for help in his business, it's not often that happens. So when it does, I'm honored. And I want to know. And it was literally a matter of going over there, carrying all these shirts, bringing them, and folding 100 shirts, and knowing that he would come to work and it would all be done. And I still didn't lose a step in my business.
Right. No, and I love it because I'm a frequent shopper there, and I love my custom shirts, and I go straight straight to Retro King, right across the hall, and get my shirt. So that's another great thing and a blessing, right? Like especially like when you do your pop-ups. You know, if somebody wants something custom, bam.
And that's actually what he started now lately is he's been doing more logo designs for a lot of businesses. You've probably made how many for vendors?
For your vendors, at least 10. And without even like promoting it, just, you know, just them knowing that I do that.
So I gave him a box.
Yeah, so, and that's my thing. Like I love designing, you know. I'm not a production guy, you know, so when I have to sit there and print shirts, like that's not really my thing. I have to do it, but it's not my thing. I like being in front of a computer, just creating.
Well, you got some nice stuff, and so let's go back to that. Like, where did that come from? Like, where did it all start?
Man, I was a little kid. I was like 11, 12, and it was the Jordan 1, man. Like I think that shoe changed my vision, like everything for me. It was just so different, and then I wanted to create after that. I wanted to create my own T-shirts to match my own whatever shoes I had.
Right.
And that's how I got started. I got a program, and I just every day, it was like every day after work. And you know, I started late. You know, I went through high school wanting to do this, but sometimes your parents are like, you know, they want you to do something else. So right away, that idea was shot down. So I ended up getting a job. And then when it was time, that's when I started. But I started, you know, I was probably like 19, 20, so I was already older.
Right.
But I didn't, you know, it was like every day just practicing and practicing and practicing, you know. So it's been, you know, about almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So what's are you expanding now, or where is Retro Kings right now? Like, where are you expanding, or are you staying the same?
No, well, I'm always looking to expand. Like I want to expand my wholesale business.
Okay.
You know, I have, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys know Chic shoes in the mall. That's my biggest account. They buy for all the stores. They have about 60, 65 stores. There's another company, Against All Odds, on the East Coast. They have about 50 stores. They buy also. So I'm trying to expand my wholesale business, but I'm also expanding my creative side. Okay. You know, being able to help people with logos and design work. Okay. Because in the end, that's really my thing. Like that's what I love to do. You know, so I'm kind of focusing on that now, and just see where it goes. But I, you know, even without promoting it, I do a handful of logos every single week, you know. So I can only imagine now that I'm going to actually promote it.
Right.
You know?
Oh wow, that's gonna be lucky. You got nice stuff. You got me some dope
Yeah,
stuff.
I was just gonna say, is the Dear Mama collection for Mother's Day?
Yeah, that's we're doing that with we're collaborating with one of her vendors, Little Eden Boutique, and I actually just recreated her logo also. We just kind of collaborated, just, you know, brainstorm, and I came up with that idea to do the whole Tupac thing.
She actually did this.
Right, yeah, she does a lot of our
rumors?
embroidery. Yeah, she did
Like
the
the
embroidery.
embroidery.
This is another brand that I'm dropping too. It's gonna be like super exclusive. But yeah, that Dear Mama it's gonna be a nice little piece for Mother's Day.
'Cause Mother's Day is around the corner. Are they able to access this sweater at Pretty Little Poppy, or?
No, this was what I do with my hoodies. I do pre-orders, and once we shut the pre-orders down, and that's it. Like if you're able to get on board for a couple weeks, and if you don't let me know that you want one, when we have them, you're not going to be able to get one because there's not going to be any left.
But I like that though, like the whole exclusiveness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
so-
get it now, or
You're not going to
yeah,
get it.
and if so, like later on, people are like, "Hey, where'd you get that from?"
Right.
Like you got to stay tuned to the Retro King.
And it's pretty dope because now you have people that have it for all the months.
Yeah.
Like we started
and, you know.
on Valentine's. We did a Valentine's hoodie, and I let everybody know, like, the next one's gonna be St. Patty's, which is this one. Like, make sure you get with me if you want one, because I'm not gonna have extras. And again, for Mother's Day, I said the same thing. So yeah, there's not gonna be any at Pretty Little Poppy.
I think that's what's super dope, though, and what I get super excited about is knowing that, at first when Nestor didn't really see what the whole vision of Pretty Little Poppy was, he still, had my back in it to still support me to do it. But now that it's became what it's become, he's collaborating with other vendors now, and other vendors are collaborating with him, and then making their like, hey, hey, maybe you need a different logo, like. It's everybody still helping each other, and now I get to like actually see it full circle, and have my husband a part of the store. Now he's going to be getting a box. He's never had a box, He does sell a couple things in there, but he's never had a box, and soon he's going to be able to do it just for logo design. So anybody who needs logo designs, they can reach out to him now directly, and then I'm not the middleman no more, So that's exciting.
That's dope. When did these go on sale?
What's that?
The Dear Mama.
The Dear Mama.
Oh, they went on sale a couple weeks ago.
But I still.
They're being made now.
Oh, dang. So I can't even get one?
I can't get one.
No.
Oh.
No.
But there's
That's
another
what I'm
one
saying.
dropping.
Like, when I drop something, it's like daily. Like, I'm letting people know daily, whether it's a post or on my story. You better get it. You better get it, because I'm telling you right now, when we close pre-sale, you're not gonna be able to get one anymore. So I give everybody an opportunity for about 2 weeks, and then they're being produced now, and they're gonna be ready for for pickup or shipping next week. So yeah.
Oh,
so
dang. I
that's the
slept on that.
Yeah.
That looks
So
dope.
wait a minute. So if we get you enough people that want to reorder, you gonna do another order?
Probably not, because I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna
Then
keep
it's
that
not
same
exclusive.
exclusivity. Yeah, I have to, only because I just have to. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to jump on the next one.
Yeah, it's true. I respect that.
Hey, I do too, but you know me, I love that exclusive thing. And I saw it too when you first posted it.
There you
But,
go. So it's not even on me anymore.
No, that's on me. That was on me.
Dang, that's
That
Yeah,
dope.
you were
That's
just there
on me.
last week.
I know.
What I'm gonna start doing too,
all
though,
good.
is we're gonna create one piece, and we're gonna use another one of her vendors, Jerry, the photographer. Take some real good pictures, because a lot of times people don't jump on something until they see the actual garment, and when they see it, they're like, "Oh man, like I should have got it," right? So I want to start doing that more, so that people can see what the actual garment's going to look like. So that's something that we're working on in the future.
Yeah, and that's smart. I mean, to control the market, that's key in any business. I mean, even down to Kim K and Kylie, that's how they're able to control their product and keep it at such high demand, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Right.
Gone, right? And then the beauty about pre-sale too is, especially with hoodies, with high-priced items, I don't have to bring in a bunch of stock. I'm bringing in enough to cover the orders.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And so it becomes exclusive, because that's all we have.
Right.
And then I'm not sitting with extra inventory on the shelf.
Right.
So it works out both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That's pretty dope. Well, man, thank you guys, the power couple of the Boulevard. That's what you guys
Hey.
are. You guys are the power couple of
they
the
are.
Boulevard.
Yeah, when we were at the event last week for her AV's Best, I saw a graphics company there, right? And I'm like, okay, all right, I gotta figure something out, because I want to be here next year.
Right.
I want to be here next year, getting an award along with her. So yeah, it's motivating.
It is.
Just being in the mix with everybody that's AV's Best,
Right.
and then just having my wife be one of them.
Right.
It's inspiring to me, because I've had my business almost 20 years.
Right.
She's only had it 1 year, and she's already
Right.
claiming AV's Best.
Right.
So.
No, I feel like that. I'm so competitive too. I would be like, okay, well, hold on, I'm gonna be there next year. So.
And it wasn't, and it's not even competing like with her. It was more like I saw AV's Best for graphics, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Like
You
it
set
just
those
sparked,
goals.
you know,
Right,
just, you know.
So your AV's best kept secret.
There you
Yeah.
There you go, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the U.S.'s best kept secret because
Yeah,
once
'cause
people, you know, when people see what I do, they want to work with me.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to show off, but they
No, right.
they
Not
do.
at all.
You know, like they're like I've never seen your work, and I'm so happy I came across or someone let me know about you, and your stuff is so dope, and I need to work with you.
Yeah.
What
You know?
what I do for the community, he does throughout, not even the United States. He has people that he's working with clear across the globe. So he does it on a different scale. I get to do it here in the community, and now he gets to also bring that into.
And
the
it's just
community.
crazy because people don't expect me to be from Lancaster,
Right,
the
yeah.
Antelope
Right.
Valley, right? So when they're like, "You're from Lancaster,"
Right.
and you know, when people buy my merch, I have customers from the Antelope Valley, and they could easily come pick it up. But when they find out that I'm in the AV, they're like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were in the AV. I thought
Yeah.
you were in LA somewhere, or
Right.
you know, somewhere else."
And that's the beauty of our community. There's so many, so much talent.
Oh yes.
You know, so many amazing people, a lot of thriving businesses, and at least we're able to keep everyone here. You know, keep families together like you guys, and not only that, but get us up on game with gear, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We got you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. We're going to continue the show with Brenda, and we're going to start bringing in your vendors now, and let's keep it rolling.
Let's
But
keep
thank
it
you,
going.
Ness.
Well,
Appreciate
Thank
you, brother.
All right, no
Thank
doubt.
you, Nestor.
Thank you.
See you at work.
So,
I know. And I was gonna say what happened to your clippers, but we'll leave
Nah,
that
don't
there.
even
Right?
bring that shit
We'll
up.
leave that there.
Yeah, you better leave that.
Oh,
We got hurt.
Things just got hot.
It's okay. After that whooping we got yesterday from the
Oh, yeah.
Lakers,
Oh,
you
you're
know.
a
Oh
Laker fan?
my God. Hey,
Oh,
you
come
already
on,
know.
man.
Yeah, you too.
You already know.
come on, man. Me and Dwayne grew up in Inglewood. And we grew up right there by the farm, block away.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were real quiet though.
I know. Yesterday you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
got smashed.
Hey, I knew that was going to happen. Hey, you know what? All we had to do was take one game out there.
Oh yeah, that's
And we
you
did.
guys
We
got
stole home
advantage.
court. Yeah, we stole home court. So I'm cool with that one
Yeah,
game.
but the
I'm
thing
cool
is,
with
it's
losing.
The Warriors though, so
Yeah, you can't sleep on them.
Nah, yeah. Well, you know, Steph is still going to be Steph.
Right.
all right. I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Then.
All right.
Who do you want me to call?
The next one.
Whoever.
So, yeah. So we're going to do cap talk after everybody.
So what's the word, Bird?
What's the word?
What happened during cap? Cap is
Oh man, it's been it was a roller coaster this week. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Uh-oh.
I had such almost a breakdown yesterday.
Why?
Oh, I can talk about it later.
Oh, that's fun.
It was his. It was fun.
All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna head
No,
back.
it was interesting, but I appreciate it though. But we're gonna talk about it after this.
It's those growth spurs, right?
Yeah. It was actually interesting. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it after this. So
Gonna-
yeah.
At Dawn Cells, they're having a big old event for women.
No, I saw that.
It was
They're already
cracking.
stocked up with security,
Dang.
gates and all. I know we're gonna need after this.
So what's up? Who we got with us? Charlene from Unhooked by Blinky.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Come closer to Brenda. Please.
pick up the
And Brenda
mic
mic.
for her.
Yeah.
Right here? Okay.
And how you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. A little nervous, but hey.
I know you are. I don't know why you are. We talked about this last week.
I know. I was nervous then too.
No, you're good.
Why? I'm trying to pull up your Instagram right now. But anyways, tell us about what do you do?
Well, I work at Pretty Little Poppy. See, I'm all over the place.
It's okay.
But I am visually impaired, and I came up with Unhooked by Blinky, I want to say about 4 years ago. I started off crocheting to help with my Braille studies, and we were actually trying to figure out a name. So one of our friends brought up Unhooked because I don't use hooks. I just use my fingers. And Blinky is my nickname for my big brother because I can't see out of my right eye that much, so I usually have it closed so I don't see like a double vision when I look at you.
Okay.
So that's where that came from, Unhooked by Blinky.
I love it.
Love it.
Thank you. It's cute.
Nice.
Very homey.
So how'd you get hooked up with Pretty Little Poppy?
when they first opened, one of the vendors actually reached out to me to go in there, but it was more for the minors to majors program. And my daughter, who's actually a vendor now in there for minors to majors, we went in there because she makes doggy treats, and I introduced her. It wasn't for her at the time. And then I was like, I walked around and I was like, you know what, let me give this a shot. Mm-hmm. So I asked her about it, and no joke, right in front of her, and I carry around my Loungefly backpack, so I have yarn in there. And she goes, well, can you do it? And I was like, yeah, I have yarn. So I started finger crocheting right in front of her, and she's like, I need you in here.
Oh, wow.
So it was.
What did you make?
With the yarn I was using then, it was like a bear, I think. I make plushies, blankets, scarves. I teach people how to make blankets too. Mm-hmm.
But wait, you don't just do blankets like all the old people, like and sweaters. you do bears, like stuffed animals.
The most recent one, no, that was from yesterday. I actually made a Grogu giant. He's giant,
solid.
Yeah, and I sold him right away. But the one before that was that Sonic one that I did.
And
for
how
the
long
Children's
it take to make something like that?
That's the thing. So with the Grogu, the yarn, it's a thick yarn, like a blanket yarn. Okay. So it took me like 2.5 hours to make.
That's it?
You got to see this thing. It is. We should have brought something. I didn't think about that. It's insane.
It's okay.
It's huge.
I've seen your work, and that's why I'm asking, because it looked like that would probably take me weeks to do.
No, just it. Honestly, even that Sonic one I did for the Children's Center, that took me about 3-4 hours. That was a little more of a struggle, but I don't use patterns. I look at pictures and study them and then go from there.
Really?
Yeah. That's why most of the projects are a little bigger than what I mean for them to be. When I was making that Grogu, I was like, oh crap, I gotta finish this.
I laugh because one time she wanted to make a heart. I have to go there. She's trying to figure out how to make a heart. Okay, you guys know a heart. It's like this simple little thing. She's like, man, I can't do this. This is too hard. I'm just going to make a lobster.
A lobster?
But I had red yarn. I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just make a crab or a lobster.
So you literally turned it into a crab or lobster?
No, I forced myself to make a heart. Oh. But it was like when people started saying it out loud, like, you couldn't figure out a heart, but you want to make a lobster? I was like, well, when you say it.
So what are inside the plush?
The polyfill. So the cotton that I get it from Michael's or Joanne's.
Because this is really interesting, because I always got to know the why or the how. So when you start making it, like how do you do it? Because I'm just curious, like, how do you do this?
It starts with a picture, and if I can visualize myself doing it, then I kind of go from there. And then the yarn has to be soft, or else I won't dare touch it.
But do you start off like with one side of the animal or something?
I always go bottom up.
So you just straight do bottom up, like
so I'll start with like one leg, and then I'm like, okay, I'll do the other leg, and then I do a thing where I connect them, and then start with the body going up.
Oh, okay.
That's so amazing.
That is amazing. And you say
it's a labor of love.
Yeah, and you do all this like within a couple of hours.
Yep.
So originally when she started, she was doing it to sell it, but now you're doing it for like a whole nother cause and reason.
Yes.
For it. So
it's to show people, or to try to teach people what I do, because I do get lost in it where it's more of a therapeutic thing for me. Mm-hmm. It grounds me. It's something that's helped me throughout my my journey from losing my vision, because I had to find something to just like calm me down, because I would throw fits, full-on tantrums. Like I told Brenda, I had a full-on tantrum of finding a shoe that was literally right in front of me. So it was trying to find my balance, because I didn't like living that way.
Right.
So when my friend introduced me to crocheting, it just opened up a whole new thing for me.
Did you catch on to it fairly quickly?
Yes, I did.
And that was your gift from God?
Mm-hmm. That's what we believe, because it's funny. The growing up, I have both my grandparents on both sides of the family. Mm. They both crocheted. My nanny still crochets, and they would teach me. Even my mom, like, she's left-handed, so if she stood in front of me, she figured I would be able to just mirror her, and I could never figure it out, never. And then now it's like I don't know how I do it. Or
I'm looking at this picture right now with Sonic. Is it Sonic?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sonic. Like, he's almost bigger than you.
He is. It was not
I had
supposed
to take
to be
that picture. I was like, you got to know how big he is. He's almost Brenda's size.
Like, he was. How big was that supposed to be?
Maybe
like that.
Yeah.
How big is it?
She's I'm
so-
gonna need more yarn.
Yeah, I need more yarn.
I always buy extra because I know myself.
So when you do things like that, is it because you're such in a rhythm, you just go and it's like, oh wow, this is actually turning out to pretty big.
Once I get to that like middle part, and I was like, I don't want to start over, so I might as well keep going.
Right. Oh, okay.
Let's finish it.
Wow.
But it's easier for me to do bigger animals or bigger products. Like for Star Wars Day, I did the Grogu and I also did an Ewok, and they're both about the same size. But it's just easier for me.
It's pretty
Right.
cool.
Oh, these are
That's
nice.
amazing.
It's super amazing. And I think the one thing that I appreciate so much about Charlene is when I met her, she stayed at home a lot, you know, and she would just come and I was like, hey, you know, like, you don't have to do that at home. Like, if you just want to come sit on the couch, just come hang out on the couch and just do it and we'll talk and we'll mingle. And she, as much independence as she was like having, there was still something that I think was kind of missing in the independence world. And when she came into the store, she started helping me because I needed help. It was just me at the time. And she would just come and I'm like, hey, do you think you could do this for me? Hey, do you think you could do that for me? Now she could run the store fully by herself. She handles all of our events. We're talking 18 events. She does the flyers, the posting, everything. And it's like, I need her. You know, she's a part of Pretty Little Poppy. She's the right hand of Pretty Little Poppy. So I think what I gained from that is never limit yourself.
Right.
Because you don't know what gift you have that could be such a blessing to another person. And now I can't see Pretty Little Poppy without her. So I'm really
I love
thankful
that.
for her.
No, absolutely. I mean, everything happens for a reason. And we all
Yeah.
know that. You know,
It's
God-
awesome because she actually gave me that opportunity.
Right.
I've gone through. I went to an independent school in Los Angeles where I did computers, learned Braille, easier way in the kitchen, how to walk with my cane. We used to take field trips and walk around the streets of LA. So the pandemic hit and that kind of all went away. And now that the world's just a little more crazier, it's hard for my husband to like leave me somewhere. Her place is the only place he'll actually leave me,
Okay.
other than my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
But at one time, he's just like, "Are you sure you're okay here?" Like, no, I feel good. We're fine.
And now he's like, go to Pretty Little Poppy.
It's more of like a tuck and roll grandma when he drops me
Right.
off.
Well, I mean, I think I've always said that every time I walk into Pretty Little Poppy, it is if you feel like you're at somebody's house.
Yeah.
Like it's so welcoming. You can feel the energy in there, where the love and the welcoming is just there.
It's my second home.
It feels like that.
She's family.
No, I love it. So what's next and big for Unhooked by
Blinky.
Sorry,
It's
I
okay.
drew a blank. No, I'm actually reading your profile right now, and I'm looking at your name, Charlene Diaz Ramirez. But I was trying to say your name,
Okay.
Blinky.
Well,
So what's next? What's next for it?
next thing, which Brenda's helping me a lot with right now, is to open my own nonprofit organization.
Okay.
So with everything that I've been doing, I mentioned to her, like, once I was able, I actually had like I could talk better about things and open up more about my mental health and everything everything I've gone through. I want to spread awareness about that. I want everyone to, just if I could change it just a little bit, that's a lot for me. But she had noticed what I was doing with the Children's Center. I've been working with them for the past 3 years. I've been working with Foundation Fighting Blindness for 2 years now. I actually did their walk last year, and I'm working with them this year again. So when she saw all that and she had put that in my head, and I was like, "You're right. I could do so much more."
Good.
So July 22nd, right? July 22nd, I'm planning to have my own pop-up in honor of Disability Pride Month, and those funds are going to go towards my NPO.
You said in July?
Yes.
Okay, so can you please? I want you on for a full show for that,
Okay.
like 2 weeks before that, so we can promote it.
Yes. Yes.
Because
please.
one of my biggest passions is working with kids with disabilities. Because
Yes.
my son has a disability, so I've been doing that since I was 12 years old. So that's
Oh,
a
I
big
love
thing. That's a big thing in my heart.
It's huge to me too.
Yeah,
It's,
so
it's very big.
I definitely want you on for a full show so we can get deeper into that
Yes,
conversation
I'd be honored.
and continue to doing what you're doing. I think you're amazing. I can't wait till you start your nonprofit because I think you're going to be a pillar in the community as well because what you're doing is amazing and your story is amazing. And for you to teach someone else that's probably just going through it, they need to hear your story and know that anything is possible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very inspiring.
Thank you, Darlene, Charlene, sorry. I'm bad with names. You guys know this. Stop shaking your head.
That's all I can
He
do.
has it right here on the screen.
I don't have my glasses on. Why you putting me on the spot like that?
Yeah, all I hear is excuses.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what we doing today? That's what we doing today?
Wow.
That's what we doing today?
I'm just
See, that's the
like,
wow, right?
We've been getting that a lot. Our comments, wow.
Wow.
I can see behind or read behind the wows, like if it's a wow or wow.
There's
a difference.
I'm like, wow, really? Okay.
I know it's like juice.
Anyways, where can they find you?
On Instagram, Unhooked by, and with Pretty Little Poppy.
All right, you guys. So go check her out. She has amazing things. She definitely has an amazing story. And thank you again for being a part of this.
Thank you so much
And
for
I look
having me.
forward to having you back.
Yes, definitely.
All righty.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
I'll
you.
get the next one.
Yes.
Can I have
So-
some water?
No, because you like just over here, like just. How are you just like,
Is it Modelo time?
huh?
It is. You know what? I do need a drink.
maybe.
Not a drink. I need a drink.
All right.
Need a drink.
I need a drinky drink. The what? The
Ain't no more.
sparkled water.
At least get a little bubbly.
You want a bubbly?
Get a little bubbly.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're so cold. Yes, queen.
Should we be like a commercial?
I know.
No, they don't pay me.
Yeah.
Yet. They don't pay me yet.
Yet.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, let's see.
Hey, what's up? Good. Oh, she can. If oh, you just closed the door on her. Was that your wife?
No, that's my girl.
Oh, she can come in and stand if she want. Yeah, you sure? Yeah.
Or
You
bring
in
a chair.
trouble.
She just closed the door.
I get excited because I don't know who's coming in next. So when I see them, I get excited because I know
Come on.
I know their
down
story.
on the price is right.
You know their story?
I know a lot of people's stories.
Okay.
At the end, that's what makes it so different. Is when you put a face to a story. It's amazing. That was a love close.
Oh, you could have brought a chair. No? Okay.
We're a podcast on a budget.
She's the sweetest ever. Sometimes I get her in trouble at happy hours, but it's okay.
So, Michael,
Hey, how you doing?
good. How you doing?
Good.
So, bring this closer to you. I'm sorry. Hold on. Here we go. I had you muted.
Oh, like pick it up.
No, that's good. Just start talking.
Okay.
You got it.
Hey, how you doing?
There we go. There we go. You don't have to hold it.
Okay,
I got
okay.
you. I got you. So, Michael, what's your leather by God?
Leather God.
Leather God. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I should really put my glasses on. Huh?
I'm clearly not going to see anything because I'm
I
seeing
see
the
you
wrong
like
things.
no. It's your looks today. She giving me all
Why
these
does everyone
looks
always judge me based on that?
because look at your looks today.
Oh my! And I always say
Looking.
it's the only one I have.
What?
God
no, it's
only
not.
blessed
No, it's
me
not.
with
No,
this
it's
one.
not. Oh my God, you need to go watch our
By
videos. then.
now, he knows all your looks.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at her like.
Yeah.
Yeah, these looks.
Why are you
Anyways.
side-eyeing me?
Who? Come on, Brenda.
There
Explain.
you go.
Leather
yeah,
God.
Yeah, so I go by Leather God.
Okay.
That's like my business, and I make stuff out of leather. I make wallets. I make bags. Things
I'm
like
liking that bag right there.
Thank you, man. It's a backpack.
That's not your personal bag, is it?
That's my personal bag.
Okay.
Yeah, and you made that.
I thought you was leaving it
Made
here
that,
for
yeah.
me.
Oh, you made that. Okay.
No, I know he did. I've seen some of his stuff, so I like that bag. I didn't see that bag though at Pretty Little Poppy.
I got one there. It's a different color though.
Oh, okay, it
It's
was a
on
different
top.
color. Okay, I like that one.
I'm making another one soon.
That
Okay.
is amazing.
Is that
It's available
a?
for purchase at Pretty Little Poppy.
Hey.
That's right. That's
There
right.
you go. Hey,
Go check me out.
is that a? But is that a backpack?
Yeah, it's a backpack.
Oh.
So the idea behind this
do
design
love
was,
that.
I had made satchels before, like big satchels,
Okay.
and I kind of wanted something that could turn into a satchel and be a backpack. So these detach. The straps on the back detach, and
Right.
for when you're kind of on the go, and then when you need to be in a more business setting, you take those off, and there you go. You get a little satchel.
Now, is that safe to carry a laptop in?
Yeah, absolutely. It was made for that, like a MacBook, just like the one you're using. Exactly.
Perfect.
That is actually perfect for Father's Day. I'm like thinking about that, and
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, you should tell Marcy that.
Yeah.
Tell her to go to Pretty Little Poppy. No, but do you customize that as well, or?
Yeah, I could customize it. Like I could do engravings, like names, initials, things like that. I could change up the leather.
You just sold one. You know that, right? I need one. No, honestly, I'm 100% honest with you. Right, I needed a new backpack.
I got you.
I'm not going to show you mine right now because it's ugly, but I need a new backpack, and I've been looking for something that's like kind of custom but kind of unique, and that's why I'm like eyeing this down right now.
I got you. The best thing about this though is the tuck locks. So these pop right out, so you don't have to readjust it every time.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I had to have that in it, and yeah, I'm just trying to. This is good Italian leather. This one is.
I know it feels.
I make it
like
out of other
Gucci.
leathers as well. But
And so tell us your story. How long you been doing this? Why did you get into it? How did you get into it?
I've been doing it since I want to say May of 2020.
Okay.
And how I got into it was kind of an interesting story. It's kind of corny the way I think of it.
Not at all.
But I have an uncle that was very generous enough to take me to Italy with his family, and because of that trip, I while in Florence, Italy, I witnessed some people working with leather. As I was on my way to the Airbnb, and I seen them working and stuff, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. By the time I got home after the trip, I looked up every video I could. I watched it 1,000 times, learned every skill I could, and I taught myself everything.
Wow, you sound like me. That's how I got into the stuff that I got into.
That's the way to do it, man.
Exactly.
You got to try it for sure. And eventually, I worked up the courage to try it, and I bought a hide. And when I made my first thing, it was in May 2020, and I made a little kit for a little pouch for the tools that I was using to make the stuff. Mm-hmm. And after I made that, I had to design it and come up with the measurements and things like that. And I was like, man, I'm pretty good at this. I had no background in any of this, and I had to learn everything, and it all came really natural to me. And that's
what was your background before this?
Before this, nothing, man. I mean, before that, I was just working in guys with autism and things like that.
Okay.
But other than that, man, that's a job, and then this is something I love, and that's how I feel about it.
So where did the creativity and that skill come from? Because it had to come from somewhere.
Well, to be honest, man, I always think about it, and I was into drawing as a kid. Mm-hmm. I had always felt that urge to kind of create something. I always felt it. I always wanted to, create something of my own or do something, and I just never knew what it was, and I finally found it.
Oh, right. And but that's where it comes from. Like for me, like when I was a kid, I used to just take things apart, right? Yeah. So for me, like I was in the entertainment business for 35 years. Like I wanted to be a creator too, but I never knew what it was. So I would just always tear things apart, see, well, how did they make this? How did they do that, right? But that's just my creativity, and look what it turned into. Yeah. So that's why I was asking. So you've always wanted to.
Oh yeah, it was definitely like burning up inside of me, man. Like every time I would see somebody else do something, or be like, man, I need something like that. Right. And I feel it now. Like it's great, man. I eventually got my first sale that same year when I started, but months later, I was posting my stuff on the internet, and in October of 2020 or 2021, I can't remember now, but I had got my first sale from somebody, and that changed everything. I remember getting the money in my hand, and they had asked for like a custom item, and I made it for them, and I remember that feeling, and it was amazing. It was like nothing before. I was like, man, I can make money doing this. Like, this is so cool. So ever since then, I've been selling stuff online and making wallets. I made so many wallets. I used to hand sew everything for like 2 years. I was doing that. I was hand sewing hours, putting the hours in.
How do you hand sew leather? I mean, because it sounds hard, right? Like, you got to put the needle through.
It's simple.
When I first met you, that's what you would do.
That's what I would do. Yeah. When I first met Brenda, I was still doing that. It wasn't until November of this past year, I had got an industrial sewing machine to speed everything up. And the reason why I did that is because, of course, I would love to keep doing every little thing by hand, but it's not realistic long term. Right. I'm getting more orders in, so I kind of got to keep up with that. And
so, but I'm sorry, I don't mean to pause or stop you. What is the difference between hand sewing? Because I know a lot of people, they prefer hand. But what's the difference between hand sewing and
I would say
industrial?
Hand sewing's a little stronger.
It's stronger.
That thing will probably never come out. Some of those products that I made a satchel like bigger than this, all hand sewn, and it took me forever. That thing's probably never going to come apart, and I still use it
Right.
today.
So it's the sturdiness of it. Like,
Yeah.
like you said, never going to come apart.
This thing,
He had this thing, and it was like, so it has like spikes, and then he would go and put it into the leather, which made the holes, and then he had to go in one by one. I was watching these videos, and I'm like, that's insane. And that's how I first met him. And I was like, we're going to put you in a store, but that's, imagine you're talking hours and hours and hours. But it was amazing watching him do this stuff. He actually made me my Bible cover.
Okay.
Really cool
people hit me up for customs all the time, and those kind of take a little time because I have to figure out the design and I have to come up with something. So hers took a little while. I had to put it to the side for a minute. And with this, man, I'm so in tune with everything that I'm thinking about it when I'm not working on it. I'm putting a lot of hours into it. And with her product, I was thinking about it all in my free time. And I eventually came up with the design, and I was like, oh, okay, it's that simple. I could do this. And eventually it all just came together, and it's like magic, man. Like,
So how long does something like that take?
Several hours, like 5 hours. About 5
Really?
hours, yeah.
See, I'm
5
I'm
hours.
thinking you about to say like 5 days or,
Yeah.
5
No.
weeks.
See,
Like,
if I was hand sewing it, it would have taken days. And that was the problem. That's why I got the machine, so that I could make bigger stuff like this faster instead of, hand sewing it for days and, hurting my back. And
So wait, when you got the machine, because you didn't get that machine too long ago, you had to learn how to sew too?
I had to learn all of that. I had to relearn everything.
crazy.
And you just got to put the hours in, man.
Right.
Like, anybody can do it. Everything's on YouTube. You can learn anything nowadays. So I just, I guess I wanted it really bad. And
so what's the retail on it?
this is $350.
$350. Okay.
Yeah. As you should.
It's not
Amazing.
I try to keep it at a reasonable price, but you're getting a really good bag.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
I mean, I'm not mad at that
No, that's what I always
because
tell.
it's nice too.
Yeah, I always tell people it's like especially dealing with leather, and I mean, I'm probably weird for this, but even when I go into like the Gucci and Louis, I smell it. There's something unique about like the leather, it's good quality. And if you're in, not only that, but it's gonna, like you said, it's gonna last forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So why invest into a purse
can
that's gonna
smell
break
it
down?
right now.
Right. No, that's what I don't want to say, but I don't know what it is. It's something when I walk into those stores, I like smell the leather, and
excited right now.
it does. It excites me. That's why I was just like, oh my God, that is something that I love and I appreciate, but it's for that reason. Like the attention to detail, the quality, the way it feels, and it's like so smooth, and there's just so much to it. I'm just in all awe.
I need you to actually repeat all this, what you're saying right now to Marcy,
Oh my God, you're so
because I need one of those.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing for us. We love leather, even like, the belts. But what's dope is that you are here in our community.
That's the best part. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just telling my husband today, we had a date, and I said, what I love about the podcast is that we're highlighting people in our community. Like, there's so many talent. There's so much, to see, so many cool people to kind of have conversations with. And just like knowing that you're here and you're young. We had a workshop for leaderships, and we asked one of the kids to come up with a game. So she had like Jenga, but she had questions underneath. And I told her this would be great to like sell for like first dates, like you're kind of getting to know each other. But the fact, that I told her is believe in yourself. You should be selling this, and you're young, so you're next up. You really are.
Very hungry.
You know what I'm saying? You're next up. You're here. Not only that, but it's good quality, and it's accessible. And to know, like, man, the maker like lives here. I'm probably gonna run into him. So
it's really exciting to see everything that's going on. Not just myself, but at Pretty Little Poppy especially.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys talked about it already, but Pretty Little Poppy is like really helpful to everything.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
especially the minors to majors program.
Yeah.
That's such a great program.
yeah.
I find it so important that we're all kind of there at the perfect place, the perfect time, and for these kids to kind of access all of us for information.
Absolutely.
That was what's crazy. So you guys know my son. My son is a very gifted creator. He has already made his first sneaker. He's already done, he made the NBA jerseys. But to him, I was always just mom. So I would tell him like, hey, I'm going to start this program. And in a sense, I know it was a loving sense, but it was kind of like, I'm a little bit above that, Mom. Like, and I did get that vibe from him. Mm-hmm. But, you know, all of a sudden, my son, if you meet him right now, he's so hungry to, like, he's like, Mom, can he mentor me? Mom, can Jerry mentor? Mom, can Pops mentor? I was like, well, you got to put your hours in just like every other kid. He's like, okay, what can I do for you? How can I get your knowledge, you know, from all of these amazing creators? There's 3 of them. And ironically, they're the 3 only men that really work in our, have spots in our store. But, like, now he's mentoring our youth through this. So it's like, he's putting such a big impact in our community by the things that he does. And it just, everything is just continuing to fall full circle. And we'll sit there, you'll just come to visit, and by the time you know it, this mean old collab pops off, and it's the next step for your business.
That's the best part.
And that's the best part.
That's the best part, that we all work together, you make something great.
Yes. Yes.
We all get to bounce off each other and everything. And we love Nestor, Rudy. He's great, man. He's definitely got some great ideas. He's a smart kid, good head on his shoulders. And you know, we're going to teach him everything we can. Kids like that, they could reach out to us, man. You know, anything we're doing, we'll pass on, or anything I need, you know, I ask Brenda or her husband or anything like that. Or there's so much going on, man, and I'm really excited for it. It hypes me up every time I think about it, what this could be.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about Pretty Little Poppy is that you are the true definition of what unity and community is supposed to be.
Yes.
Like all these other, you know, people out here, you know, in the AV stores, like they need to learn from you. Seriously, like, 'cause you guys are really there for each other and helping each other grow.
Oh, they could be at the store 3 hours and we're just talking. Yeah. And it's not about the sales. It's not about, we don't even talk. I don't even think you've asked me for a report one time. You know, he sees the money go in, he sees it, but that's never really the topic. It's like, what can I do next? How can I get this? And look at now, because of the work that he's put in, the time coming in, now me learning his story, I'm like, wait, I got to bring you on here because I need other people to know about you and what you bring from this community to this community.
Absolutely.
So it's exciting.
It's
love
very
them.
exciting,
I love
yeah.
them very much. Yes, there is a behind the scenes. Sorry, ladies. Randy has my heart too.
Hey, it's always a
love my
strong woman
Brandy.
behind every man.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, not
Brandy's
only
amazing.
that, but I do like the fact that you highlighted that you're self-taught and self-made. You know, a lot of people don't understand that it's that easy.
No, and it is, and that's why I actually love that story, because that's exactly how I am. That's one of the things that I preach to kids. Like, look, you can literally do this yourself.
That's right.
Like, go how we did it. Watch all these videos. When I learned how to edit and do all the stuff that I do in film, I literally watch YouTube's videos over and over. YouTube is your friend.
Yeah, it
Trust
is.
me.
It's
Like,
your
I watched them
teacher.
over and over. And even when I got into my mindset training and all that, I watched mindsets videos over and over, like meditation. That's how I learned how to meditate. Now I can sit there for a long time and just meditate. I watch videos over and over again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I learned how to do balloons actually through YouTube. That's my
I
business.
just saw
yeah.
your
Okay,
balloon
okay.
thing you just posted. That was beautiful.
That
I
green one.
remember,
Oh, I love
yes.
those colors. I know.
I remember when you first started.
Yeah, right?
And like to see like where you're at now. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty dope. Do you still have like one of your first pieces that you ever made?
Yes. I
Yeah.
had meant to bring it, but I totally forgot. But yeah, some of my older stuff is terrible.
Yeah.
And I just kept pushing myself. I kept trying the hardest stuff. I kept trying new techniques, you know, just to make it better, just to give a better product as best I can. And right now I'm finding better leathers to work with and things like that. And yeah, man. You know.
So what's the next big thing for you, like for the other guy? Like, are you going to go into like furniture? Like, what are you going to go into like after products?
This is big.
I mean, you know, right now, like this year, I've just been trying to go a little bit harder than last year by events, things like that. Making new designs is really what I'm focused on, trying to see what works. And when we do these events, I can kind of gauge that information. I can see what kind of sells and what doesn't, or what's harder to sell and what isn't. So it kind of lets me know what I should put my time into more. I am working on new designs right now, but everything takes time. I have orders coming in and I got to work on those and then, you know, figure everything out and just kind of manage my time properly. But we'll see.
I love what you're doing, man. Like,
Yeah.
especially because you're going to be a self-made millionaire. Like,
Yeah, you
do it all
are.
yourself.
I hope so. The goal is just to be sustainable, man. Like
Yeah.
the goal is to make a living doing what I love.
Right.
And if a millionaire or, you know, fame or whatever comes in the process, that's a bonus.
No, but I say that because I always teach people chase your passion. The money was always present itself, right?
That's right.
You are chasing your passion.
Yes.
Like, and that's important, and that's why I want a lot of people to understand. Like, and it shows in your work, in your craft.
That's right.
The money will be there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there. 100%.
I started buying, so I used to always buy like Michael Kors. I used to always buy my Dooney bag. And I stopped. So right now, my bag is my leather god bag. I have 2 of them. And I said, one day, I even told him, I said, you're going to sign this. I go, because one day you're going to be like all those other ones, and I'm going to have your first bags. And I'm going to remember that.
Seriously, I know. I wanted to get a Tom Ford, but I might just come get my bag there.
Let me know.
My husband keeps asking me, what do I want for Mother's Day? And I can't get the retro king, the dear mother. So it's like, now I got to get a bag.
I love my bag.
Yeah, I make good totes. I got a good tote design that I'm kind of pushing out a little bit, but
Yeah.
stuff like that. I did sign someone else's bag recently. They asked me to do that, and I thought that was pretty
mine.
cool.
Nice.
That's dope.
You
Yeah.
have a feeling. There's the same way that when God gives you this vision, he also gives it for you for other people. And the day that I met him, I knew that there was something special about him. There was something amazing about his work and his skill and his talent. But not only that, beyond that, as a person. And Michael truly does have an amazing heart. And we've had many, many conversations in Pretty Little Poppy, out of Pretty Little Poppy. This is going to be sponsored by Happy Hours. No, but we would close down at 6. We would go over there, have some dinner.
They got a good burger there.
They have a good burger.
I heard.
there, good steak.
I've had this Thursday
Good
night
steak.
steaks.
So we would go out there and just talk, and it wasn't even about work. It wasn't about, you just get to know the person. And once I met him and Brandy, I just fell in love with them, and I wanted to do everything I could on my end to make sure that they have everything that they need at Pretty Little Puppies.
Right. Dope.
That's great. I love it.
Love it. Well, man, thanks, Mike, for coming by.
Thank you for having
Let
me.
everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on my Instagram at Michael Mexicano, or you could.
Oh, and that's his last name.
Yeah.
Are you
I
serious?
told him
Oh,
he
yeah.
needs to get that. Look at starting to
say-
get out.
Dope.
Say or you
Sorry,
can
I threw you off.
or you can check out my website at theleathergod.com. I post I try to put my best stuff on there, but more to come soon, and we're working on that. But
And how do they order from you? I mean, besides a Pretty Little Poppy, can they order online as well?
yeah,
Or?
a lot of my orders come from Instagram mainly through
Okay.
DM. But just stuff I'll put up on the website and try to sell that. But a lot comes through Instagram.
Okay.
We have an event on Saturday tomorrow. Come by, check me out at Pretty Little Poppy. I'll be set up. But that's it.
That's what's up.
Cool. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Keep doing great
Yeah.
work, and I'm gonna be grabbing one of those.
Cool,
Yeah,
man. Let me know.
that's-
And
for
I'm
sure.
looking at your purses right now. Like, I know my girl, she's gonna want one of these.
They're
So if I
amazing.
get one, she's gonna want
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, let me know,
Oh
man.
my god.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank
I
you.
know. Just
All
make
right.
sure my bag smells like leather. Real.
What?
I said we should.
Well, that's-
You're welcome.
Anyway, so we got James in here with us with Mad Clover. Did I say that right?
Mad Clover's Apothecary.
Okay. How you doing today?
Excellent.
Come over to your left a little bit. Yeah. Brenda
There you
don't
go.
bite.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So, tell us about it. You want to start this off, Brenda?
I will.
Yeah.
So
And bring your mic closer to you.
I met
Bring your mic closer to you.
one day James came into my store, and I had no idea who he was. I've never heard about him before. I just remember this man walking in with this cute little hat, and he had this cane. And he
Was
had
it that
this-
hat?
Was it? I think it was that one. And he had this cane, and he had this briefcase, and I was like, "Whoa, where are we going right now?" Like, I don't know. He just caught my eye. He was a happy, happy man. And the day he actually came in, it was a really rough day for me, and I was crying and crying and crying behind my countertop, because you guys know my dad passed away, and I was just in a rut. It was a very hard time for the store, and there's nothing I could do. I can't just go to the back and stop crying. It was that emotional at that time. And James walks in, and he's like, "I'm James," and he introduced himself. And I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I'm a hot mess." Like as an owner, you know how hard it is to sit there, open your door to somebody and say, "Hey, come join this store with this crazy crying lady," And I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I had a rough day and this and that." And he's like, "It's okay." He goes, "Do you need a hug?" And it's a complete stranger, and I just remember hugging him, and I just felt such peace. I cried a little bit more, actually, and I cried like really hard, and then all of a sudden this peace just flooded me, and I just looked at him, and then I was like, who are you again? And he actually introduced himself, and then once he introduced himself, I knew that there was something so amazing about this man, so special about this man, and I knew I needed to get him in the store, and I needed to share his story and who he is and what he does. And this is James.
Hey.
Oh, well, it's nice to have you, James. I love your beads and love your
Thank you.
your necklace and
Thank you.
your crystals. As you can see, I'm into that as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So tell us how long you've been doing this. What got you into it?
So,
Because you're, I want to say you're a Reiki sound master. Reiki
yeah.
master, I should just say.
yes. So, certified as a Reiki master, Reiki practitioner. Also deal with singing bowls. So, I'll be certified in June for sound healer and sound vibrational therapy.
Okay.
So,
Now, you call them singing bowls.
yes.
I call them Tibetan bowls. Tibet bowls, right?
Oh yeah, they are. Yes, they're. It's pretty much
Same
the
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got the brass, or
Yeah,
and
I have the
there's
brass
quartz. There's a few different ones.
So are there acrylic? The white ones? Are there acrylic?
Those are quartz crystal.
Yeah. Oh, those are crystal bowls. Oh,
Yes.
so are those called singing bowls? Or?
Yes.
So the Tibetan ones are the brass ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't know
They
that.
can all be singing bowls.
Okay.
So you play those in there, and they're actually tuned to frequencies, specific frequencies,
Right.
and actually to the chakras of the body, which is actually really neat.
Right.
So, but with that, so certified back in August of last year, because that's what healed me. I actually was in a severe car accident with my children a year and a half ago, and I lost my oldest that was 14 and my youngest 10-year-old daughter in the accident, and my middle daughter lives with her mom, so it's just me. And that's I had needed some healing and found a holistic retreat, and this is what they did, and so I had to be certified to pay it forward.
Oh,
I love that.
yeah, I do too. I actually love it. So, sorry about your loss.
Thank you.
But so how long? We said 20,
So that was July 22nd, 2021.
2021.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's 2 years coming up.
2 years.
But someone tried to pass and didn't make it. Hit us head on. It was really interesting.
And I think that that's what's amazing was a day that he walked in and I was grieving so bad.
Yeah.
And he provided such comfort.
You can lift that up, James, if you want to just turn this knob on the elbow area.
He provided such comfort to a stranger.
There you go.
You know, to a stranger who didn't even know me, but he just knew that I was grieving and then I was hurting, and a hug went so far. Little did I know at that same exact time he was grieving the loss of his 2 children. And I think that takes somebody very special to be able to give that love to somebody else. And it was so selfless of him. And even then, after he started sharing that, we've had our days where we sit there and we just break down and we cry and we, but we remind each other that there's still so much more to be done in this world. And when you put a team together like we've built, and it is a team now. Now he's partnered up with another local business with Carissa, who does the actual sound bowls. So he performs the Reiki healing, she performs the sound bowls. I didn't know about none of that stuff. And then it wasn't until I went to one of his actual sessions that I felt so much better after. And now I get to do them for free, like 3 times a week, So that's amazing. But that's what he does. He does it for people. He doesn't do it for, it's not the money. It's not, it's just to help people heal, just like someone helped him heal. And that's amazing.
Right, and that's what I love about it, because I've been on that journey for a few years now, and I'm still learning crystals, still learning the sound bowls and all that. But I love it but I've been in the energy, right? My whole thing is like energy, because we all vibe on the same vibration, and we're all connected through vibration. And I tell people all the time, like, that's why when I go into a room, I can feel people's energy because I'm so in tune with my energy. And I'm pretty sure, James, you can relate to this. When you walked into that store, you felt her. Yes. You felt her energy. Right. So when you get into, like, this type of stuff, like, you really do feel people's energy. And you can, it's just a way of life. Like, and I love it. Like, even like right now, like, Diana, she's certified in applied positive psychology. And I'm actually taking that course right now. Wow. So, like, and I'm pretty sure after you took the course, like, you have a whole different mindset.
Oh, yeah. It. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So, I mean, that's why I tell people all the time, like, a lot of people, like, somebody told me, oh, no, I'm not into that witchcraft. And it's like, oh, my God, I wish you only knew. Like, it's not witchcraft. Mm-hmm. It's like we're all vibing on the same energy, and frequency. And, some people, they're on a higher frequency than other people, But like, it also goes back to how I listen to Esther Hicks a lot. She's always, talking about energy. And when you want something, you know how you manifest something? Well, a lot of people, they always, whether they're praying or they're asking for something or manifesting something, it's always there. It's just you're not on that energy or that vibration where it is. And you got to just go to the energy and the vibration that it's on. But some people are on this low vibration, but it's like you got to go up here because everything you want is on this higher vibration. Mm-hmm. Yes. And sometimes, and it's natural for us to be on a low vibration day because every day is a roller coaster. Yeah. We all go through it, right? Mm-hmm. But when you ride in that low frequency, you just got to know what you want is on this high frequency. You just got to find your way up there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And meditation, and what we do. Yeah, I kind of do a guided meditation in the class. Focus on ourselves, loving everyone around us. It's very motivational,
right?
And it's grounding ourselves because it truly does. And it heals me every single time I do it. That's why I do it.
I love it.
So and I was not like this before the accident. I'm actually more connected to my children than I ever have been. That's the part. And Brenda knows. I told her experience. And it all started with, you ready? The 4 gentlemen that actually helped me in the accident. Whatever you believe, but there's books, right? Mm-hmm. Some people call them stories, and right. But there's a Bible, right? Mm-hmm. Some people believe in the Bible and Buddha, but if you look at the 4 individuals that showed up, I'm just spiritual now, right? Mm-hmm. They were going down the wrong road. Mm-hmm. They were going fishing. There were 4 fishermen. We all know the book that has 4 fishermen in it.
Yeah.
Right. And then, of course, the individual that was helping me first off, turns out 2 hours away, turns out that his mom is my bank teller.
Are you serious?
My loan officer. She asked me when I came into the bank 3 months later, what happened? Why are you so banged up? And I told her. And she said, holy cow, that was my son that helped you and your daughters. And I go, got it. And since that day, I have seen and had connections to every single thing around me. And example, this woman here, just recently, she brought out a new sign. And amazingly enough, I was talking to Carissa from Cosmic Creations the night before, and I said, in the accident, people don't truly understand when I call it beautiful chaos. Mm-hmm. And in that chaos, for a moment, if you pause, because birth is so special, right? Mm-hmm. Just as death is so special. If you take a moment and see and watch that happen, you see the light. I saw it, I felt it, I have the energy, I absorbed my children's energy, but death is special too. And it's, you have to take care of that. And, it's just a beautiful, beautiful chaos.
Yeah.
So then we come in the next day to the market. Brenda comes out and goes, look at our new sign that we have. What did it say, Brenda?
It said, welcome to beautiful chaos.
So ask me, how does that happen? When I say it, and then it happens. It's been like that for a while now.
Oh.
It is a trip.
So it is, right?
Mm-hmm. So the real energy, I know it. I know it's real. My children talk to me daily. Oh, and as a matter of fact, today, before coming here, I know that I came here for a reason, and my children were guiding me. I'm in beyond what was that, 5 and Below.
Yeah.
With Carissa walking around. I'm drawn to a Funko Pop, just, cartoon little box, and it's my kids. My daughter loved it. Turns out it's number 111.
Yeah, angel signs.
It's also my oldest daughter's birthday.
Wow.
Who was also born in room 111. But then, as we're leaving, and it was the character that she loved, right? From My Hero Academia, I think it is. Her favorite. So number 111 was on a favorite cartoon, there she is. So then I walk outside as we're leaving. A woman on the phone goes, "Oh yeah, I'm down at 5 Below with Ollie." That's my youngest daughter's name. 2 in a row. Get in the car. The mileage 7:22. July 22nd was the day. So you see, and then I get a text randomly from a flower shop. So are my children sending me flowers, saying there's a deal? It's the signs. You have to read them. It's what you see and what you love in life.
And that's the trip, because when I started getting into like the angel numbers and like signs, like you do start paying attention to things, and then things start, wow, that's a trip. It starts tripping you out, but it's like a confirmation. Like we all really are connected.
100%.
Everything is connected.
Yeah.
It's just we don't tap into that, tap into that energy. But once you tap into it, you're gonna start, right, and you're gonna start seeing things like, wow, that's a trip. That's a trip, right? So now when I see it, it's like, oh, okay. Like,
my number's 1021. That's my safe number. That's my safe place. But see, now what happens is with this, as people started hearing it, so now my whole family, anytime any one of my siblings, my mom, my husband, anybody sees 1021, they message it back to me and they just say, we're okay. We're right where we're supposed to be, and we're okay. And it's just that reminder. And people could sit there like, oh, that's a coincidence. With me, there are no coincidences in life anymore.
It's not.
When you have your eyes so open to the world, remember, we are just a small little piece of this large universe. There's so much beyond that we have no idea. Yeah. But when you open your mind and your heart and your eyes to something greater than you, then you become a part of something greater than you. Yeah. And then you're just a part of the process. And that's what I feel Pretty Little Poppy is. I've always said that it is so much more than a marketplace. It's a safe place, but it's also a place that allows for the connections to not look weird. It's a place that if he came in and said, I was drawn to here, I'll say welcome. If there's a customer there that I just feel drawn to them, I'm going to introduce myself to them. Because you never know what connections are out there waiting for us. Right. And if we don't take opportunity to make these connections, we are going to be missing out on so much more in this world.
And I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm very spiritual, right? But I always tell people, like, God is still my foundation, right? And people are like, well, how can you do both? And it's like, well, God made the stars, the heavens, and the universe, and all that. So, and he didn't make. And I actually just read this in the Bible. He did not make if he wanted everybody to be the same, he would have made everybody the same. Yeah. And I think I talked about this before, right? But he made everybody different for a reason. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, when I meet people like James and you and Enrique and like Dahlia and all that, when, I did a session with her, a Reiki session with her and all that, because she prays before every session. But people will be like, oh, we're not in there with crafts. And it's like, you guys really don't understand. Like, if you guys really understood, like, where all this stuff come from and open your mind, like, it's amazing, like you were just saying, right? And me personally, I don't care who you pray to, what you do, as long as you're doing good in the world, and I believe that's what God wants. As long as you're doing good in the world and you bringing great energy, I'm all for it. Yep. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, doing anything negative, like, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's actually my anniversary, October 21st, 2006.
See how you connected?
See, there's our connection.
Yeah, that's why I was tripping out when he said that. I was like, wait a minute, that's my anniversary, 10/21.
10/21, anybody who's connected to 10/21 is a part of the process. So the reason why you went into Pretty Little Poppy, and then look how close we are now.
Yeah.
Not even knowing that, and I've posted it so many times, but it wasn't until we needed to sit here for me to say that, for you to understand the connection. And then now you're probably never going to forget that.
Yeah, I'm like tripping out because that is my anniversary, 10/21.
10/21? That's
yeah,
my number.
well, 2006.
Well,
Yeah.
blessings to you on your special day.
Aww.
now I'll always think of you. See?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
that's our anniversary.
Well, wow, man, thank you, James, for stopping
I
by.
love that connection just happened right now
yeah.
because that's proof.
That is proof.
Yeah. 1021. Yeah.
What do you want to leave us with?
You know, mental health, right? Mental health and depression. You know, it's a battle, but yet you can overcome it, right? With positive thinking and the grief's there, right? The best part is you don't want their grief to ever leave,
Right.
because why? That's how much you actually love. Right? The harder you grieve means the harder you loved,
Yeah.
and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I know that my children are always with me.
Love it.
That's the best part. And Brenda, every time I go in that shop, she reminds me of them. So I love it. So thank you.
And he actually does sell product in there as well. So in addition to the
okay.
services that he provides, we forget about that.
I do forget about that. I do actually make, so I meditate for about half an hour on bath bombs. So I actually infuse them with the Reiki energy for the specific chakras. And then you can take those home, pour them in your tub, and actually meditate with the chakra essential oil,
Get you some.
all the colors, and pretty nice.
They
And
smell delicious. I know you like your baths.
No, I do. I literally do sound baths. Like I turn on my meditation music. I have a candle on.
Oh, yeah.
I do the Epsom salt, but I do the Epsom salts that have like the healing and the energy ones.
Oh, nice.
I do that, and I sit there and I meditate in the bath, and it's so healing. Like that's actually what I do.
Yeah.
I'll have to give you one.
I went to my first meditation place today.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. What is it? What is it called?
Was it late?
The shrine. Yeah. Lake Shrine.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so beautiful. That's what I was mentioning. Like, I've never really sat and just actually stopped and just closed my eyes and was connected to all the sounds. And my husband was like, we kind of walked by some people that were just sitting in chairs with their eyes closed and just in deep meditation.
It's a beautiful thing, especially when you're out in nature and you do that. I used to go hike and I'm gonna do it this summer. Last summer I did. I used to go hiking and I used to take my sound bowl up there, and I'd close my eyes and just listen to the sounds of. It's like you being present with the world, the universe. Like it is a dope feeling.
Yeah, I was so disconnected. I didn't even have my phone was away and everything, and it was so peaceful when we left. It was like I feel good.
It's forest bathing.
Right.
Go in
Yeah.
the forest and-
I know one of my friends, Sylvia from the last cohort. She does sunbathing. She's like, if you need to cry, you cry. If you need to scream, you scream. If you just need to sit, you sit. And it's beautiful. And she does it out in the woods and in nature. And she was the one that kind of introduced me to that.
Oh,
Sylvia.
no, I said dope.
Oh, my bad.
Well, again, thanks, James, for coming out, man. Appreciate you. Keep bringing that energy to our community, and thank you for bringing it to our community.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
And sharing your story too.
Yes.
Vulnerability is strength.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So you never know who needed to hear that and who is going through something, especially with kids.
Right.
And men.
And men,
And
I
dads, oh my
talk
God.
about that all the time.
It's,
That
because it literally,
yeah,
when people see me, they go, wow. But then they don't know the story.
yeah, yeah,
This is why.
right,
And they're like, oh.
yeah,
And then that's actually kind of neat now, because as soon as they hear, it actually changes their path
yeah.
where they're going.
It's so true. Yeah, and it's hard for men to share
Right.
or to say, "Hey, I'm not okay.
I'm not. I
And
think
you know,
that's the hardest thing.
It is.
I'm not okay right now."
And that's the best part about
Yeah,
the sessions now, is that's what I feel is men can come. They have a safe place, because I have been there and done that. So that's why I do this now.
Nestor just went.
Oh, Nestor. Oh, yeah. He said, you know what? Yeah, I will stay 5 minutes. And, he stayed an hour and 5 minutes because he fell asleep. Sorry,
He
dude.
did.
So subconsciously, he heard it all.
yeah. And I know he needed to sleep because we've had those conversations,
He did,
right?
He
Wow.
did, and
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, just give it a try. Like I say, running business is not easy. He has 2 jobs, family, everything. There comes a point where you have to try to just turn it off and allow for yourself to just pause And so I told Ness, I'm like, hey, just come join with me. And he's like, I will do it for 5 minutes. I think he did it just to shut me up. And he ended up staying the whole time. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. I'm a big preacher of sleeping. You know,
Yes,
people
you
need to
are.
stop and
yeah,
just
we
be
had that
present.
talk.
Remember?
Yes.
It went on. He's like, I just can't.
Well, he has increased his sleeping.
Yeah, he
since
has?
then, yeah.
And I'm sure it probably helped him out feeling
Doesn't
better.
help having me as a wife, but he
But
has
it's okay.
increased his sleeping.
Yeah. Aw.
You know, it helps his patience.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
See?
You're welcome,
The good
Nestor. If you're
things.
watching this, you're
He's
welcome.
very patient.
All right, cool. Well, thanks again, James,
All
man.
right,
we
well,
truly
thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much. Yeah,
And
be well.
your Instagram is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mad Clover's Apothecary. Yes.
Nice. Or you can find them at Pretty Little Poppy.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank
All right.
you.
I don't know why, but I really feel like Maggie and Ollie are really happy about this.
I tell you, they are.
They are.
Aw, I love it. Thank
it.
you so much.
See you later. All right.
Yeah, be well.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Yay.
All right, so get Jerry in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so is Jerry and his wife.
Yes.
What's her name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. I'm not going to remember that.
Melody went to her last school dance.
How should we sit?
I think they probably need to bring in a chair.
Okay.
From
Should I go
outside.
grab it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need a thingy. I can sit right there.
Hey, so we probably should do 3
3 what?
instead of 5 because I feel like I'm rushing people.
3 what?
People. When we do this.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
So
Although
we're
it's pretty good right now.
Some people have great stories.
Yeah.
Let's do
The leather one was amazing. I'm gonna have to follow him.
3. The next one. Just to kind of see how it feels.
I should take a picture. I said I should take it. Yeah. Hey, Mike. Oh no. Gotta smile. See, let's put a
That is my smile.
old chola filter.
Sorry.
Breaking my door.
Sorry. So I was thinking what I think I want to do. So like you'll sit here first, and then he'll sit there, and then we'll talk about you coming into the store and how that started, and then we'll introduce him and swap. Okay. So he can be right there for now.
You just come over a little bit more. And you guys, everybody just kind of scoot over because I want him on the corner right there.
Yes.
Or we can share and then he can have his mic.
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
What's up, man? Good, good, good.
Hi, welcome back.
Good seeing you again. I saw you yesterday.
Hi.
Sorry, you don't get the comfy chair.
No, come closer to. I mean, it's your
You're
wife,
gonna
right?
use this one.
You're going to use this one.
Yeah,
and then
wife.
we'll
They
Wife,
just got
right?
married.
Oh, congratulations! Oh, so you should be all up on her next to her. Like, why you? Don't be scared.
Bye bye.
Yeah, you guys just had a baby too, right?
Yes, we have two.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You have 2.
Yeah, because I remember the last time you was in, I think you might have been going into labor at any moment, right? Yeah, I think when he was last on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
The last time we were like,
You want to put this on?
does he gotta go? I think you would put it on, yeah.
So, go ahead, Brenda, and tell us the guests and
Up next.
yeah, tell us about the story.
Up next. So I would like to introduce you to one of our vendors. Her name is Jocelyn. Jocelyn came in, she sells keychains, safety keychains. But she would just come to the store and she has this beautiful son I absolutely love. I call him my baby Jay. He's just, you guys have seen him in pictures. He's just my heart. And every time he would come in, we would always just sit there and talk and she would come in. But she always shared about her husband and the way that she just spoke about her husband. I was just like, I want to meet this guy. And yeah, so I'll let her share that part though, because this is how connections happen.
Right.
Is you never know
No,
who you're sharing, how you're sharing it, why you're sharing it.
exactly.
But that connection can cause something and have this ripple effect. And this is why I wanted Jocelyn to come in.
You got it.
Right. So yeah, and I love the fact that she did like promote her husband. I mean, I feel like in a relationship, like you got to support each other, and I love when couples do that to each other.
so basically, I just came in thinking like, oh, let me sell my keychains. I heard about this beautiful place, about all these vendors, it's new. And so I went in, and then I noticed that you had service spots. So then I started thinking, I was like, what if Jerry, because Jerry, he wanted to start, but he didn't know how. Like he would do gigs for family or like recommended here and there, but he wanted to take that leap and really do it. So I'm like, maybe we could advertise him. So then I started asking her, hey, like, I'm here for me, but can we like do something about like how does it go? Like what's the process of a service? So then she started telling me. So I told him, and he was like, oh, well, I don't think I'm ready. But he would always come in with me to when I was stocking my keychains, because I would go like every week or every other day. I would try to go see. I was so excited, like something new. And so he would come with me, he would take pictures, and then she saw him, he was taking pictures. I started posting his pictures on my stuff. And then so his work speaks for itself. So, and that's how the connection happened.
Nice. I love that. Mm-hmm. And here we are today. And
she's being very shy right now.
I could tell.
But what she really said, and I'll share this, and I think that this is what's so amazing. And it actually changed the way that I spoke about my husband, because the way that she spoke about him, and she said, I know my husband has something special, and I know that he has something to offer, and I see his talent. And we even said, she goes, I just need somebody else to see what I see, and I know he'll do it. And the day she told me that, it never, ever, ever left my thought. And I was like, damn, like, I got to meet this guy. I need to see. And it was true. And it was like she saw this gift in him, and she never allowed for him to not pursue it. Mm-hmm. And she had his back, and she represented for their family. And now this is a family now. Now it's so much more than photos and keychains and, when the baby comes in, he wants to be with Auntie B. And like, we have this thing, I have to have eggs on deck because he always comes in asking for an Easter egg. Mm-hmm. It's May. It wasn't December he wanted eggs. And I'm like, I had to order eggs from Amazon. But it's like, when you see somebody have a gift, and they have a gift, and maybe they think they're not ready, this is proof of why sometimes you have to be the one who puts them out there. Mm-hmm. Because maybe they're not ready yet mentally, but they're capable of it, and you open that door for that person. Because of the fact that she opened that door, he was able to take Pretty Little Poppy to another level. And that is what dreams are really made from, So I'm so thankful for Jocelyn and her family, because if it wasn't for her hyping up her man, sticking by her man, representing for her man, then we wouldn't have a YouTube show. Right. We wouldn't have our photography. We wouldn't have our videos. We wouldn't have that playing on our screen. So eventually, yes, it all comes forward together. And honestly, Jocelyn made me change the way that I speak about my husband. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that a lot. And you are amazing, and I'm thankful for you.
Yeah, I saw the pictures that you guys took of Brenda and family, and Blinky was also there. So big ups to that. I actually like the colors. Like you're able to enhance that, and like she said, it is different. It is unique. But those pictures look dope. So big ups for that. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And one, I love that story. I love your version. Because that's the real version. No. It's okay. Because and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you said to her, and that's incredible. Just how long you guys been together?
Since 2011.
Don't get it wrong.
So I think it's like what?
It's 12 years because my daughter's 2010.
No, but that's pretty amazing. Because most time, like creators, because I'm a creator, right? And I've been a creator for so many years. But we don't see our own. I mean, we see our vision, we see what we want to do and all that, right? But when someone else sees it and then they promote it like that, it's pretty amazing. Like it took someone to, like even for like me years ago, like I never knew like I was going to be in the industry, TV industry, right? It took someone to see my talents and say, hey, I want you to come work for me. Like they offered me like a career, not a job, a career. And I was like, wow. Right. So that's pretty amazing, you know, for it to all just turn back in circle. And I saw your talent when you was first here, and I started looking at your stuff. And that's why last week when I was at my committee meeting and they asked if I knew a videographer, honestly, you was the first person that came to my mind.
I appreciate it.
Because I'm always about giving back and helping people. Like, obviously, you know, I know a lot of people that does videography, but I love helping people. I love, like, giving someone an opportunity, because from that opportunity, you never know where that's going to go. And you was easy to work with yesterday, too. Like, that's another great thing. You're a good guy, and you are so easy to work with.
Yeah.
And that's going to go a long way.
I was just trying to fish out new perspectives, new ways to kind of bring something else to it, bring my own style to it, but still give you guys what you guys asked for, you know?
No, exactly, and that's the important part. And you did amazing. I can't wait to see the video. But from the pictures you sent me yesterday, I mean, it was amazing. Yeah. So I got a lot of compliments on that.
Thank you.
They're an amazing duo right here.
Yeah.
They remind me a lot of me and my husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
They do.
that says a lot.
Yeah, they have something special.
Yeah, and it's key for spouses to support, because even my husband, you know, every video or anything that I do, he's right by my side. He's like my number one supporter. But even today, during our conversation, I told him, you know, like, are you okay with what I do? You know, and he goes, no, I think you're great, you know, in what you're doing and what, you know, like how you were encouraging him and sharing with Brenda, like, you know, his talents. But it's that, you know, I guess you're a support that really gives him that drive, that gives him that why, you know, that reason, you know, you believe in it. I think with the other gentlemen, we were talking about that. Like at first, you know, your work, you're like, oh my God, you know, like what was I thinking? But with effort, you know, and just keep at your craft, you're only going to get better.
Yeah. And I think I didn't do that. My husband's had his business for a lot of years. We've been together, you know, 17, 18, 19 years. And I didn't give him that support in the beginning. It was his job, and I didn't understand it, but it's like, you don't have to understand photography to support your partner.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that when she was talking, you know, now I look back and I wish I could go back. So I think my advice to anybody who has a partner who is trying to do something or have a career, support them. Support them even just as a partner. You may not understand the craft. You may not understand the behind the scenes. You may not like that they're always go, 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 but they're doing it for a greater purpose, you know, and I think that was my biggest regret as a wife, that I didn't support him fully in the beginning. You know, now I'm thankful for getting a second opportunity to be able to recognize that and go and still say, like, hey, I may have not supported for these last 15 years, but I'm going to support him for the rest of our life now.
Right.
You know, but it's just that acknowledgement and seeing. So it's like, if you can have the support so early in your guys' marriage, that's going to go a long way as a couple. So I think for me, what that did for me, I hope to tell anybody listening, if you have a partner, support them, even if you don't understand what they're doing. And I think that will go a long way.
No, absolutely. I remember my first wife. She didn't, because I was in the film industry. For you guys that didn't know, and I used to be out all hours of the night, 3, 4, 5 in the morning sometimes. You know, because I was on set for like 16, 18 hours days, and she didn't understand that. So for like a year and a half, 2 years, I started taking her with me everywhere I went. You know, and she didn't understand it. But she was like, okay, I'll go. But after a while, after like a year and a half or 2 years, she was like, okay, I want to go to work.
Yeah.
She was like, you do way too much. But she didn't understand it. And after a while, she started to understand it. But in the beginning, she didn't. But she was just there. She used to sit next to me in the studios for hours and hours and know what was going on. She just sat there. And that meant a lot to me. For her to even come, like, you know what I'm saying? So just being that support system, because like you were saying, it's more than effort. It's a balance. Even your husband
Yeah.
said it earlier on, like how I was asking, because they're a power couple, and everything's a balance.
Yeah,
Like, you
it
got to
is.
know when to go with your family, when to go with your, work. But having a support system is part of that balance. So when you have a support system in each other, like, that does really go a long ways, and it helps.
Yes.
So that's amazing that you
And
guys
just
do
to
that.
go off of that, like when like this whole thing started, like it was never like my intention or anything like to be like, I'm gonna be the photographer there, or, you know what I mean? Like, I just always just simply carry my camera with me everywhere I go, and I was like literally just going with Jocelyn just to support her,
Taking pictures of her product.
yeah, taking
Right.
pictures of her stuff, and and then that's when I met Brenda, and we just had a conversation, and
The rest is history.
yep.
But see, that's your gift, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say this all along, God gave everybody a gift. That's your gift.
Yeah, comes so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's a passion of yours.
Yeah.
And I can tell it's a passion of yours. Like, I was actually watching you yesterday as you was like going around the room doing things, and I could tell what you were doing. You was trying to find different angles, different creative ways to shoot. Because I've been in this business so long, like I could tell what you was doing, and I could tell like you enjoyed it. Like, you wasn't there like, I gotta work.
Right.
No, and it was early, like 7 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Like you wasn't there on a job. You could tell you was enjoying it. And I even told you only get a little bit of B-roll. But he shot the whole thing, and I was impressed by that. I wanted to say, hey, you don't have to shoot so much. But I can tell he was enjoying it. Like, it's his
And
passion.
he was doing his thing.
He was doing his thing,
I was
right?
in my zone.
That's
Right, he was in the zone. And I let him be. I was like, do your thing, man. Like, I had that trust in him. Like,
Do
do
your
your
thing,
thing.
21.
Right. But you can tell when people are like have a passion for something, right? And you can tell like what their gift is, and you have a gift. And I witnessed it yesterday. And I appreciate you, by the way. If I didn't tell you that yesterday,
thank
I
you.
appreciate you for even putting in your
Yeah,
time
that's dope.
yesterday. You did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And you never know where the connections go.
Right.
I've always said that,
Yeah.
Right.
all part of the process, guys.
And
Yeah.
I love the YouTube things that you guys are doing.
Yes.
I love it. I told you that, but I want to tell him that like you guys are doing amazing. I can't wait to see more of that.
We got a whole game plan ready.
We do.
I
But you
love
want to know
it.
what's super cool about that is you never realize, I didn't know this, but one day I was like, hey, do you know how to do YouTube? And they both looked at each other and laughed so hard. So come to find out, they used to have
The
their
YouTube
YouTube
channel?
channel.
Oh, what was it about?
Don't
Come on,
search,
you got to tell. You got to tell us about. What did y'all do?
Now we used to do like short like challenges or like vlog
You just had a
vlog style.
flashback.
Yeah.
So are y'all one of those fun couples that do the TikTok stuff? I'm trying to get my girl to do that.
So like I had the experience already, like taking pictures and then doing videos and editing and uploading and how to promote and stuff like that. So it was like
It wasn't anything
it was
for
all for
him.
this,
It wasn't, it wasn't anything for him. But I couldn't even see past that because I had no clue. So it's like that connection that happened. He's like, I got this, and it just, if 1 week I'm like, hey, let's do a YouTube channel. And the next week we have a YouTube channel.
Right.
I was like, it's gonna take me a while to sharpen up my tools though. So
It's okay though.
give me a minute.
Don't
It comes
overthink
with time.
Hey, let me tell you something. This is what I learned this about 10 years ago. I used to work with YouTube Kids when I had my kid show. Don't overthink it. Everything that you shoot today, if it doesn't work out, like you can always take it down.
Right.
Like just keep shooting.
Just have fun
Yeah.
with it.
Have fun with it. Put it up. If you're not getting great views or you get negative, take it down. That's the great thing about the internet. You just take it down. Or just leave it up there. Somebody gonna like it.
Or you can
Yeah.
also just learn from it,
Yeah.
Figure out what you did wrong.
Right.
Figure out
Don't-
what you could do better.
Don't
You
overthink
could
it.
already see in 3 videos, every time
Right.
you did another video, he made a different change.
No,
then-
and
I
you're
see
gonna
it
do
every
that.
time.
You're gonna do that. You're gonna evolve, and you're supposed to evolve.
Yeah.
So, but the important thing is, like you said, have fun, keep shooting, keep uploading, and they're gonna get better and better over time.
Yeah.
Right.
Just wait, guys. Just wait.
That's what's up.
So, anyways, thank you guys for stopping by.
Yeah.
Thank you for your story. You guys have a great story, and I wish you guys continued success. Are you still in Pretty Little Poppy?
Yes.
Okay, great.
She does safety keychains.
Yeah.
Safety keychains. What is safety?
Yeah.
So safety keychains are basically pepper spray,
Oh.
the window breakers and things like that.
So
So,
Oh.
but they're fancy.
They're fancy.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
They're girly.
Yeah.
Oh, they're only for girls?
And
No,
especially
I
these
can make a
days.
male one too.
Yeah.
She's like, anyone,
Everybody's
anyone
getting
can-
that.
Oh, okay.
I also sell tasers at
Oh, okay.
store. hmm
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
all
Okay.
of that.
Anyone can get tased, right?
Yeah, anyone could get that.
You been tased?
No, I want to.
You want to?
Well, I think.
Oh, can I have one in my car right now.
So do I. But I'm
Mine's
scared.
1,000,000 volts.
I think I just need like
Somebody to
happy
get out of
hours for a
line.
couple more hours.
She's like, I've been wanting somebody
You know
to try
what?
me.
It's just like, when will you ever get like pepper sprayed or tased? Like, how can you say what it feels like?
I just want to tase somebody. I don't want to be tased. I just want to tase somebody. I haven't been able to tase nobody.
well,
Have you ever licked a battery?
oh yeah, I think we all did, huh?
Well, I found out a lot of people haven't. I was over there licking
Really?
batteries. Like,
Yeah,
who
and
does that?
it used to give you that little.
Zing.
Yeah.
Is
What?
it worse than that?
Oh yeah, I'm
I've
sure.
actually tased myself on accident. I was in my car and I was playing with it. And I was up waiting for somebody. I was playing with it. And
Yeah,
I
I've never
accidentally
got
hit the
tased, but I got pepper sprayed. That wasn't fun.
I think all your muscles just tense up. They just
Yeah.
lock up.
They lock up, yeah.
I've seen them, they're like, and then they're like, butt gets all tight, and then they just go.
Yep. Anyways, but thank you guys again for stopping by. Appreciate it. Where can they find both of you besides Pretty Little Poppy? Like, what's your Instagrams?
Mine is _ Jocelyn's Mugs and Things.
I'm just Jerry Serta. Jerry with the G.
Like,
Just
he's
Jerry
like, I'm
Serta?
just Jerry.
Oh yeah, he's Jerry with the G. Jerry
Cool.
with the G.
There you go.
All right, you guys.
They're an
Appreciate
amazing.
you.
They're the next power couple coming.
I want to see it. Yeah,
There's a
absolutely.
bunch here.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
wanna
love our
see it.
community. It's just making me fall in love
Yes.
because I was in a bad relationship with the AV, but we are now.
Oh, you definitely all right. Come on. Stop it.
Wait. My crush your goals.
No, we're gonna do that after the
Oh, my bad.
yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
All right. We out.
Thank you guys.
So that's it. All right.
You just stay looking to all of our pictures. I said I will never use anybody other than Jerry. That was our commitment. He said he had my back from the beginning, and I'm gonna do the best that I can to make sure he has the platform he deserves. So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what's up.
Coolio.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Nice meeting you, Jocelyn.
Nice to meet you.
is
Yeah.
that
Pleasure.
how got back too?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
see,
Jerry's.
everybody has.
It's Jerry.
Oh, is it?
Oh, he got a bag from him too, from the leather god.
Oh.
Damn, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Because I got two.
You got a cake.
Dang. Oh, I was just thinking when I saw that, I was like, oh, he should hook
dope.
up with the other guy.
He's like, you should put your kids' names on it. So my kids' names are on it too.
Oh, dope.
Oh,
There's
dang.
Wow, that's dope.
That's what's up. Our whole community needs to be put up on game.
Yeah, you got to get one.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I need a new bag, actually. My dog ate.
I got you. I got something for you.
Yeah, no, my dog ate the other strap of my Louis Vuitton. So I have a Louis
Oh, he
Vuitton
could
with the
fix your
strap.
strap.
I know. I was
Yes.
just thinking of that. Yeah.
Don't get Louis Vuitton. Get him some Mike Mexicano.
I
Yeah.
know. And I like the way it smells.
All right.
Bye.
you
Thank
guys.
you.
All right. You staying for this or?
I'm already
Yeah,
here.
she's
I
here.
I need some advice.
She's part of us.
Okay. So let's talk about
Cap
let's get into our
talk.
cap talk. Brought to you by the Wellbeing Lab.
Hey.
So this week we talked about positive emotions.
Yeah.
So like I was telling you earlier, it's this week was actually an exciting week for me because I got to hang out at Spotify studios.
know.
Wish you was there.
Yeah, I wish I was there too.
But it's okay. We're a team. You was there in spirit.
It's all right.
But yeah, I got to work with the Spotify team. The great thing about it is because I've been in the industry for so long, it was more. I did have a couple of good takeaways from it, but also had a lot of confirmations because TV and podcasting, they really actually have the same like basic. I want to say formats.
Yeah.
They really do have like basic
Yeah.
formats. So for them, they was just telling me like what we're doing, like was kind of right on point. Like
Yeah.
everything we was doing is good.
Yeah, no,
I was excited about it.
it's the next thing, podcasting.
It
There's
is.
so many businesses that actually have their own podcasts, just getting their information out with no filter.
Right.
honestly, with no filter, no one to really tell you, no, you can't do that.
Right.
So
That red tape.
exactly.
Right. So that was the highs of my week. But then, when I had my class Wednesday, like I said, we was talking about positive emotions, which is crazy because we all know what positive emotions are, right? Your joys of joys or, happiness and all that. Like I do positive emotional things every day, right? I think for this, it got me, I want to say like a little down because I'm still struggling with it. And it got me thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I think I overthought it, and I think I was in my head too much. Like especially like yesterday, because Lewis sent me a text, and he asked me what was my takeaway from something that was reading. He always says
Right.
stuff like what's your takeaway, and I couldn't explain it. Like yesterday, I kind of had like a meltdown, like because maybe because it's about. Because I do all these positive emotional things every day, right, to keep me up. And like, that song, Alicia Keys, I got a pocket full of dreams. I literally have a pocket full of like positive emotions, like every morning. Like, and that's why I have a morning routine. I have my coffee, it's a positive emotion. I have do my little meditation. I play my these 4 gospel songs every morning. I do all these little things that give me all these positive emotions, right? But then when something happens, that negative thing happens. How I was talking about a few weeks ago, like the ratio is like at least 3 to 1.
Yeah.
Like,
well, negativity is natural in our
right.
system,
So
in our DNA.
Some days, like, I don't have enough positive emotions to even handle that. And I think for me, like yesterday, I was like really thinking about it. So I was really on a roller coaster ride yesterday. And it was so overwhelming. And then, I had to read a book. I had to read this chapter. I listened to this podcast from Michelle McQuaid about positive emotions. And it really just got me thinking about everything. And it's like, oh, wow. Like, I was just overwhelmed by it, I think.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. So when he asked me what my takeaway was, I couldn't explain it to him. Like, I was like, dude, I really don't know. I said, I'm really, like, at a loss right now.
Yeah. And I think it could bring you into a lot of, like awes because it's triggering a lot of these emotions.
Right.
It's at one point I felt like I was on a roller coaster, because they're very easy, right? You do this every day,
right? But
then there's days that you can know it all and you're just like, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I'm just not feeling it right now.
Right. But so with that, even though like yesterday I couldn't explain it to him, right?
Yeah.
But today I woke up and I had a better understanding. I said, you know what? It's okay that that I couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Michelle McQuaid talked about that. Like, it's okay that, if you're having your positive emotions and, all of a sudden this negative thing comes and you can't just get through it at the moment, but knowing that, you know what, I accept it.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
I feel you on that.
I know it's going to be okay. Maybe it's going to take an hour. It might take the rest of the day. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so that was my biggest takeaway from it. Accepting that, okay, I'm in this little funk right now. My energy is low, but I know I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I think, even with this whole CAP class, something that I'm learning that you have to be honest with yourself for this to work. And that's really in anything in life, for mental health, because we are in mental health, month. Like, you have for mental health to really work, and whatever journey you're on, whatever you're doing, you have to be honest with yourself. And that's why, so when he asked me that yesterday, I replied to him and said, Lewis, I don't know. I'm stuck right now. And he replied back saying, it's okay. He said, that's fair enough. He said, give yourself some grace, give yourself time. You're going to be all right.
Yeah.
And and he was right.
But sometimes people tell you it's not, no, I need an answer now,
Right.
or let's talk about it. I don't want to talk about it right now, and I'm utilizing that little too is I'm giving myself at least 24 hours to process something now, something that I didn't do before. I was just quick to react. Even when our kids do something, right? You're so quick to be like, you know what?
I do that a lot.
Yeah, but if you try to just kind of like, you know what, let me process this. All right, cool, let's address it.
Right.
Once everyone is kind of calm, because kids are going to be on edge because they don't know what's coming. I know I fucked up.
It's like you're responding on either a could be anger, could be rage.
Yeah.
So your response is going to be led by that versus processing it, and then you respond a little bit more gracefully because now you're seeing it in a different.
It's like fight or flight, right?
Right.
Yes.
It's like fight or flight with certain things like that.
So that's why I appreciated like his response. 'Cause it actually made me feel a lot better. His response made me feel better.
He made me feel human.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I want every time you guys talk about this,
Yeah.
it makes me want to look into it more and more and more.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty
And
amazing.
it's like
trip.
sometimes like maybe
Yeah.
like if it's placed on your heart, like when it's time for you to do it,
Yeah.
you'll do it. So
Right.
even that, like if somebody were like, oh, you have to do this now, like do this thing now. But if you're not ready there, but you eventually will be. So
Yeah.
you remember all these, and then when you finally get to that moment, you're like, hey,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, now it's time for you to do that. Because
Yeah.
if you would have done this last year when you did it,
Yeah.
you would be in a different place
Right.
Right.
than you are right now.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Yeah.
that's
But I
really
love the
cool.
fact that I'm doing it now,
Yeah.
and she's here, like, 'cause she supports me, like,
Yes.
like she even gave me the book beforehand,
Yes.
and so I actually read the book, like, the whole book before I even started this class. So I'm kind of a little bit of ahead of the class, but yeah, I love the fact.
I like how you just said that though. You used to say that. What are they called? Your like the good things that happen.
The
Jolts
jolts
of
of
joy.
joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember when I first came on here last year,
Yeah.
you would always say that, but you wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
And
now
right
I'm saying it
you're
like right.
saying that, and now you're like you understand, and
I
then so
understand
I'm
everything now.
actually seeing it happen. Like okay,
Yeah.
now I know what that
Yeah.
means because you taught me that before, but now you're actually using it now. So that's really
Right,
cool.
and no, right, and so when she first came on the show, she had just finished her CAP program,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I saw, because she was telling me all about it, but I saw how she was interacting with our guests, and I was like, wow, like
Yeah.
I want to take this program.
Yeah.
And now I'm understanding it a way lot better.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a
That's cool.
trip that I'm also working with Viviana with the leadership workshop, and we're actually teaching these kids these tools right now.
That's so cool.
So the fact that I went through it, you know, later on in life, he's going through it now in life, and these kids are now learning these tools. And it's a trip because they're like they're not understanding what a leader is, and we tell them the fact that you're here right now, you're already doing it.
You're already doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's been
okay.
a
Did
really
you yawn?
Yeah.
I've done it like 3 times. I'm so sorry. I am hitting my 5th day, and I have a
and
big
it's
day to
okay.
run.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
But that's what I was saying that one girl, she did that game and she created that, and I told her, you know, that's being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's believing in yourself, creating something, and now capitalizing on that.
That's so cool.
You know, but loving what it is that you do. And she was like, I never thought about it that way. It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's literally that easy at your age.
Yeah.
You know, and we talk to so many vendors right now, and that's really what it was. You know, you have to find something, really dive into it, and above everything, take the first leap.
Right.
You know, take the leap, grow your wings on the way down.
And I love it because if you
Make or
listen
break.
to it, they all said it was
Yeah.
all, they didn't know how to start or where they were going or what. It was brand new.
All right.
And that's cool. So I love
Yeah.
seeing this happen. I
Yeah,
feel like
no,
I got
that's
to see
dope.
it from
Well,
last
we're
year.
gonna do this.
Thank you.
This is gonna be a series, so we're gonna do this once a month. So just keep tuning in, and we're gonna bring you more vendors and more stories because there was some great stories, and I loved them.
Yeah. I know. Actually, the balloons I did on Wednesday for the city, I actually did them by myself. Usually I have my husband or my kids or somebody with me, and that wall was huge. And I walked in there and I chuckled because I was like, what the fuck did I get myself into right now? You know? So as I'm doing it, I'm just like, and once I was done, I had to step back and be like, I really just did this by myself, you know. And I told one of the girls, you know, someone's usually here to help me, tell me, you know, guide me, but it actually felt so good to do it by myself, you know. And I was kind of like feeling myself that day. I was like, yeah, that's right, like this is really neat. And just seeing the vendors and seeing other people, like it's really cool. Usually I never talk about what it is that I do or how I did it. I just love hearing other people's stories. So you know, they like just kind of made me, you know, appreciate what I do and what I've done, because no one really like told me, hey, you know, you should do this. I literally was like, let me play with these balloons, and here you are. You know, it's dope.
Well, close us out. Close us
so we're
out with your
closing.
crusher goals.
So today we have May. Oh my God, Hymason? I think that's what it is. Here we go. So if you have a goal that is very, very far out and you approach it in little steps, you start to get there faster. You know, and I think everyone here can honestly say that. Although some might have not started out with the goal, it was something due to circumstances. But the beauty of that is we have to, you know, make the best out of what we have.
Right.
And I think as individuals, we've all have our stories, right?
No, absolutely, and we actually talk about that a lot in the CAP program.
Yep.
That the smallest steps make the biggest impacts.
Yeah, like tiny
Right?
habits.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that, the tiny habits. That's why we're taught to create tiny habits, because
Yeah.
they are created to make the biggest impacts.
Yeah, they are.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really liking this.
No, yeah.
Every time I come in to hear you guys, I'm like, I need to know more. I feel like I'm like
telling
little
you.
student Jedi over
No,
here.
but
watching
psychology is beautiful.
No, it is.
y'all.
Psychology
It's
is beautiful.
the strongest muscle of the body. So, if
So amazing. It's like how you
Yeah.
were saying about the universe and all that stuff. Once you start like tapping into psychology, like it's like, oh my God,
yeah,
like
Now
it's
imagine
another awe.
getting a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Exactly.
a beautiful
The balance,
thing.
right?
Balance.
The balance.
Beautiful thing,
Yeah.
you guys.
So, anyways, my battery gonna die.
Hey.
Actually, it just did.
Hey.
That's okay. We still rolling. Thank you
Thank you.
for coming out.
you,
We're
guys.
gonna, like I said, we're gonna continue to do this, and we're gonna continue to do it as a series every month. So, but thank you for being a pillar in this community and doing what you're doing with the vendors.
Yeah.
Such a blessing to everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Hey.
guys. If it wasn't for you guys, they wouldn't be able to have another platform.
Exactly.
No,
Well,
it's a
like I
beautiful
said,
thing. It's our
exactly. Thank you.
community.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we always look in the back. That's why we can continue.
Hey.
So go enjoy your Cinco de Mayo.
Woo!
Yeah, it is.
All right.
And we out here. Be well.
We're not gonna
This
do
is
none of
when
that.
I'm. This is when I'm really Mexican.
Oh,
all
I mean,
of a
go
sudden.
ahead.